many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
That was not smooth, Shannon. Almost got it smooth. Ask him if it was smooth. I jinxed myself. Had one button to push. Said, was it smooth? And I didn't do anything. Let's see, Shannon, you're in 3 tonight. How about that? Good afternoon, Shannon Allen. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Good. I'm great. Let me get some headsets on. Well, I don't have a chair yet. Good afternoon, everybody. Listening to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football Pregame Show. It's Football Friday night. How's everybody doing out there? Beautiful weather, Shannon, to get out to the football game. The best thing to do is to listen to us and go tailgate. Pick up some food after work. Go out to the field. Tailgate in the parking lots. Let everybody know. Listen to the pregame show. We're going to talk about their game. Have some terrible picks. Oh, I forgot where I have put Shannon's bad picks from last week. I didn't even count them. To tell you the truth.
Let me say this. Talking about people listening.
I don't even know if you had bad picks.
I talked to one guy this week, and he said he listens to us every week, and it's Wesley Pryor.
So we got one.
Wesley Pryor.
We got one listener.
Fresh Cuts in Shelby. Wesley Pryor.
Well, thank you, Wesley.
Keywan's daddy. His Keywan's daddy.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Well, Keywan. Well, he had one of the best running backs. He produced one of the best kids running backs I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I can't say enough about watching him. It's like, I know if he's his dad, he's old enough to play the old Nintendo games and run Barry Sanders on the Maddens and stuff.
And you probably played against Wesley because you played at Shelby in 98, 97, 98, 99, somewhere around there.
He's just a little bit older.
Okay.
Probably I was probably JV or junior high maybe even at that time. So we just talked about that. So just slightly older. So just Mr. Andre probably did. Andre played 98, I think, the last year or 97 fall. So I think he did, but he was a freshman then maybe, or if Andre played, then I was on the JV then in 9th grade.
Okay.
So I probably did not, but either way, if when we played Shelby, they beat us, so it didn't matter. Had some highlights, threw some touchdowns, had some lowlights too. I got shook from like 10 yards away and sit down. Running back walked into the end zone.
That's normally what happens.
I don't want to say his name. He might be out there listening. I don't want to pop him up too much. All right, but anyway, let's see. We got a slate of games tonight, Shannon. We talked about this last week. We tentatively have games scheduled, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. In this era of COVID, obviously, a lot of it's not working. So we had a ton of cancellations tonight. We're going to go over the games that they have, that we know of, that we think that are playing tonight. Now, with that said, some of these up in the mountains, they've been looked up on, Shannon, this morning. So as of what I think this morning, these games are still going. But don't hold me to it for the mountain ones. So our local ones, I think, 98.9%, Shannon. I mean, well, I hate to go out there and say, yeah. But anyway, check with the schools. That's the most important thing. But we're going to read off what we think. We're 90% positive are the games tonight. Let me pull those up for you folks at home. Oh, maybe you want to see me and Shannon. I bet our cameras aren't settled yet. I can get set. There we go. Shannon looks so pretty tonight. Oh, we got a special birthday to talk about in a little bit. I don't know if they left town, but I'm definitely going to mention on the post-game show because I'm going to talk to them. Happy birthday, Nelson Royster.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
happy birthday, Nelson. If you're still in the area and listening on the radio, if they're headed up
no, he's gone.
To the mountains, they depending on which way they go. If they went through Hickory, they'll be listening to folks that can still hear us right now up near the Hickory area. So if they went that way, but if they went through the mountains up through that way, then they can get WHS for a while. But it's as soon as you get up here around the curves and all that stuff, it just blocks everything else.
Nelson's probably eating somewhere, so he's probably not.
Well, I was told they were going to hit up one of my old joints up there. Stomping grounds in Boone. They remodeled it. McAdoo's up there. So Nice little place to
Okay.
eat up there downtown. I recommend that. Shannon, the best deal in town. I'm not saying a lot of us, went there on this, but Mondays up there, okay, at this restaurant, now the wings I can't vouch for, but I can't vouch on the wings or I can vouch on the sandwich special as far as what it was. It's called half price. Their only special is the half price Hindenburg. Hindenburg is a 4-foot sandwich.
What is it, sub or something?
Yeah, it's 4-foot sub with every meat you can can think of, whatever. So it's so you go other restaurants get a foot long sub or whatever. It's 4 of those.
Wow.
So Monday Night Football, 4 of those. It's already half price. So 4 divided into 13, Shannon, is $3 for a foot long.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's 25-cent wing night as well. So you can do $3. You get 12 wings for $3. There's $6, and then it's $1 beverage night.
I bet they were busy.
$20, you'd have be packed house.
Only place I've been in Boone,
Monday Night Football.
We went to what's the place where you go to sit down, the table to farm or whatever it's called, the family style. Daniel Boone.
Yeah.
All right, we went there, but then Wendy's. Shelby was playing Watauga back when they were on the same.
Talk about
conference.
the 2-story.
Yeah, well, it's not that. A friend of mine, Terry Grayson, went with us, or we went with him, and so he got a burger there at Wendy's. We're waiting to go to the game, and first half, he was in the toilet. Whole half.
Jeez.
Tainted lettuce.
Well, the lettuce. That's yeah.
He was sick. He was real sick.
Well, so for the folks in Burns and everybody headed up to Boone, a couple recommendations. The best thing is if you're staying the night and tomorrow we're coming back around Grandfather Mountain, there's a general store across the street from the entrance of Grandfather. It's back off the road across the bridge. You don't know, but the locals know. And barbecue on sourdough bread, Shannon.
Oh well, there you go.
And I can't say how great it is, but anyway, that's a good spot. There's a couple spots in Blowing Rock. There's about 5 spots in Blowing Rock that are good to go, and then a couple of the local spots. It's changed quite a bit since I've been up there. Real quick before we move on. Funniest story about it: we have the couch that was left outside on the porch that we moved out on.
Nice.
Still there.
Nice.
I don't even want to tell you how many years ago that was.
That's nasty.
No, it's an outdoor leather.
Don't mind. That's nasty.
It's just been there for 20 years.
That's nasty.
None of the whoever's been in it ever since never moved it.
Nice.
It's an outdoor furniture piece, Shannon. It's just been there forever. I just thought that was funny. All right, here we go. Here's the lineup for tonight. For you folks up in Boone, it's good that I'm glad that we got to go up there, or the Burns Bulldogs got to go up there without it, snowing, so you don't have to worry about, the weather or any type of that. So everybody can get up there and have a safe trip to Boone, enjoy the weather up there. Nice, cool football weather. It should be a good, fun game. Bulldogs, however, we will not have that on the radio, but Matt Royster will be there along with the birthday boy, and he'll be reporting, Shannon, and tweeting, and they're going to call us in the post-game show and talk about the game for us and let us know how it went. Did I even put them on the schedule? I accidentally delete that. Yeah, there they are. All right. So Shannon, do you have the schedule here in front of you? The printout?
No.
Oh, this is your stack of stuff there. Sorry, sir. If you'll go down, I'll do the broadcast real quick, and I'll let you do the rest of them. All right, guys. Tonight on WLON Lincoln County, 1050 AM, 107.5 FM, West Lincoln. Rebels at the Ashbrook Greenway. Want to thank everybody down there for letting us come down there and broadcast, Shannon, and especially Todd Hagan and the folks at the Gaston County offices. But the Rebels will be down at the Greenway. We've broadcast down there in Ashbrook for years. I remember doing when Ashbrook Huss was just the biggest rivalry that anybody would talk about. Shannon going and broadcasting those games. Those games were rocking for basketball. And we talk about press box stuff. Hunter Huss they set the standard on press rooms. When we went back in, it was in the 80s probably when I was that small enough in the early 90s. Going to those press rooms, they laid out. I'm talking, the cheese, the food, the chicken tenders,
right.
Anybody, whatever. And I always remember that as the kid that the kids that got to go to the games and got to go in there. Definitely remember the extra
Oh, yeah,
strawberries
remember.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But Huss, I just always remember they had because they set the standard at that point, and I always remember that. Ashbrook always has some great broadcast over there. Crest has always had some good games. So we got the Rebels there after some cancellations. This is Ashbrook's first game,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But so you can listen to that, Rebels fans, tonight in Lincoln and WLON. It wasn't supposed to be a Lincoln County game of the week. We was going to have Bessemer City tonight. And since West Lincoln got that made up, we're happy to have the Rebels on. Love the West Lincoln Rebels. Tongue twisted there, staring at the screen there, trying to read the next game. WOHS 1390 AM 101.5 FM tonight. South Point, South Carolina at Shelby. And if I'm not correct, was it 25-0 last time, Shannon? 2017. Brent, that was Brent's guess earlier. So if I can remember wrong, and I got Shelby people yelling at me and it's the wrong score, I'm blaming it on Brent because that's what he guessed.
I thought it was 29. Maybe it was. I don't know. It was 20. It was 20-something. Yeah.
Where's CJ at? Is he watching the lights?
No, he's CJ. Yeah, he is.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, let me go in there and check that for a minute. No, let me finish this up. Alexander Central tonight versus RS Central on Waggy. 1320 AM 107.5 FM. That's going to be having Paul Foster and Jonathan Bland. Hey, Jeff Jones tonight with Brent Pasco and Shelby. Jock Anderson is going to be having highlights from that game. We're going to have highlights from RS Central as well. JP is going to handle that. Cherville at Chase tonight, WCSL 1590 AM 92.3 FM. We won't have highlights of that game, but I think it's going to be covered by some of the Rutherford County folks that I think that's the only game in town tonight. Shannon said they usually put highlights, and so does the coaches and maybe some of the folks in Cherville. So I think we'll have some fan and sideline highlights tonight. We'll talk about that in just a minute, how to get highlights on our shows during the Red Zone channel and the post-game show in just a few moments. Cherville at Chase tonight, WCSL 1590 AM 92.3 FM. All right, Shannon, give the rest of the schedule, and I know it's a lot. You can take your time there.
No, I was going to say I found the score was 25-0. South last time Brent was right. Last time Shelby and South Point played, which was 2017. So anyway, all right. The other games on tap for tonight. Crest will be traveling down to North Gaston. Christ the King will be at Bessemer City. Burns, we talked about that. They're traveling up to Boone to play Watauga. Drone will be at Highland Tech. South Caldwell will be at Newton Conover. Christ School will be at Polk County. And Brevard will be at Irwin. Daniel, South Carolina, will be coming up to play Hendersonville. And I know a little bit about those two schools. Both of them are high-powered offenses, so there'll be a lot of points scored in that game tonight. Patton will be traveling across Burke County, play Freedom at Freedom. Pickens will be at Pisgah, another South Carolina team coming up north. North Henderson will be at Owen. Inca will be at Madison. McDowell will be at Avery County. Ashe County will be at Mount Airy.
Folks, we think this is correct. Bandy's, Kramer, East Burke, East Lincoln, Forest View, Hickory, Huss, Kings Mountain, Lincoln, North Lincoln, South Point, Statesville, Thomas Jefferson, and West Caldwell. Come on down, Shannon. So,
also Maiden and East Gaston. They're off as well.
Did I not get them moved down when I canceled them?
Yeah.
So Maiden and East Gaston, we'll add that to the list tonight. I'm not as concerned just about changing that as making sure we got the other ones right. All right. So Shannon, whenever Da Vinci over there gets back,
Good luck.
we're gonna have a break here in a few moments. But there's all kinds of things for us to talk about. Let's talk about. I know you hadn't been here since I updated the power poll.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's do standings next. Let's do standings. No, I don't have the standings. I didn't bring the sheet in yet with me. I can pull that up in just a second. Let's see. We can go over those, Shannon. You want to kind of talk about real quick where we stand? Here, pull this one up. It's got your standings there. And then I'll go over the power poll in a minute. We'll just kind of read off. Just kind of start with the Southern Piedmont 1A, 2A conference, where everybody stands so far record-wise.
In the Southern Piedmont, I don't even know which one that is.
Top left,
I
sir.
can't. Okay, so that one, of course, is in order. I mean, it's not, but I guess it's reverse order. And, right now, the two teams undefeated in that conference are Thomas Jefferson and Shelby. Is that what
Well,
you're talking about?
don't blame whatever order that is. Just tell
Yeah, I'm looking at it
just
right
tell the
here.
records because that's 100% on Max Prep.
Go straight down then?
Oh, you can see whatever you want. Just tell the overall records for everybody. And
Okay,
it's in
so-
alphabetical order actually. Now that I look, no, it's not.
No, it's
I don't
not.
even know what order it's in.
Yeah, so anyway, East Gaston 1-2, Bessemer City 0-3, Burns is at 2-1, Cherryville 1-1, Highland Tech 0-2, and I mentioned a while ago Shelby and Thomas Jefferson are both at 2-0 on the season. Then coming down to the next group, these are blurry. I can't see. All right, so Maiden's have got a good team. They're undefeated. They were supposed to be at Monroe tonight, but Monroe has some COVID issues. That's why Maiden is not playing. They're at 2-0. Bandy's is at 2-0. West Lincoln 2-0 and Bunker Hill 2-0. And then East Burke is 1-1. Then you got the last three teams: Newton Conover, West Caldwell, and Lincoln, both overs. Newton Conover 0-1, West Caldwell 0-2, Lincoln 0-3. And then coming up, going to the mountains here, we got Hendersonville. I mentioned them a while ago, and Chase are both tied in that conference at 3-0. Polk County is at 2-1. Brevard at 1-1. And then Patton, RS, and Patton and RS are 0-1 apiece there. Coming over down here to the Old Big South Conference, South Point is 2-1. Of course, Ashbrook, this is their first game tonight. Stuart Kramer is at 2-1. Crest is 0-1. Forest View is 1-2. Hunter Huss is 0-1. Kings Mountain 2-1, and North Gaston 0-3. And then the final conference over at East Lincoln is leading that conference. They're at 3-0. Statesville is at 2-0. North Lincoln 2-1. Hickory 1-2, and then the bottom four teams have not won a game yet. West Iredell and North Iredell both 0-1. St. Stephen's and Fred T. Ford 0-2, because that conference there probably East Lincoln and Statesville probably battle it out for the top spot. But North Lincoln's looking to put a wrinkle in that as well. So those are your local conference standings.
Well, by the time you got done with them, I got the artwork up, so we're going to have to stare at them for just a minute, folks, while I talk about them for just a few moments. Now, I do know, let's kind of go, let's do Shannon, let's play a game called Shannon's Favorites. All right, so I want you to pick the favorite that you think in each conference right now to win the conference and moving forward. We've got some interesting games coming up, obviously, into the season, but let's start with bottom left. Hendersonville, Chase, Polk County, Brevard, Patton, Arnold Central, East Rutherford. Shannon, who's your favorite? Obviously not East Rutherford.
My favorite coming out of that one's going to be Chase.
Two.
I like Chase over here.
Shannon goes with the Trojans. And I'm calling that one the Southwestern Foothills 2A. How about that one?
Okay, that works.
All right. Up in the, what do we call it? The Lake Conference.
Yeah.
East Lincoln, Statesville, North Lincoln, Hickory, West Iredell, North Iredell, St. Stephen's, and Ford. Between, I'm thinking East Lincoln or Statesville, Shannon.
Yeah, I think East Lincoln's the big one right now out of that conference.
They play next week.
Those two play
I
next
think
week?
they play next week. Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go with East Lincoln right now. I think they're
Either
on the
next
roll.
week or the next. Either way, they play the next 2 weeks. You going with Mustangs?
Going with Mustangs. Yeah.
All right. Up in the top right, the Big South 3A. We're looking up there. South Point, Ashbrook, Kramer, Crest, Forest View, Huss, Kings Mountain, and North Gaston right now. South Point 2-1, Kings Mountain 2-1, Kramer 2-1, Crest 0-1. Just starting off, hadn't got to really play and get the horses running yet.
Yeah.
So Shannon, right now, what you feeling on that one?
Well, right now I'm going to go with the Chargers right now, even though they're 0-1.
Okay.
Because again, they played Burns a couple weeks ago, and I'll tell you right now, Crest lost that more than Burns won that one. And I'm a big Crest believer right now with these
For you
guys.
folks in Lawndale, call 74. What is it? What do they say in the movies? 555-5555.
And if they can't say that either, then they don't know football. That's the truth.
Now you're insulting them, Shannon. So first of all, y'all lost, and if you don't understand that, then you don't know football. So Shannon at 704-555-5555. Send hate email to you.
But the dark horse in that one, obviously, I'm going to say Kings Mountain too.
Okay.
Kings Mountain's they're young, but they're pretty good.
All right. So Shannon likes the Cleveland County teams in the Big South right now.
Yeah.
Looking over to the South Fork 2A, they traded out East and North Lincoln for Bunker Hill and West Caldwell. Shannon, the Blue Devils have scored 103, not giving up a point. Bandies have scored 93 and only give up 13. The Rebels are 2-0. And the Bunker Hill Bears, they're 2-0 too, Shannon. So 4 teams sitting at 2-0 right now in that conference. Where are you leaning as the favorite in that conference?
I would really like to lean towards West Lincoln, but they are. I mean, the points. They just can't put points on not enough points on the board to counter these other teams. So right now, until Maiden gets beat, I mean, how good's Watauga? They shut Watauga out.
We're about to find out tonight.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Maiden right now in that conference.
All right, and then finally, the Southern Piedmont 1A, 2A, the Warriors of East Gaston, Bessemer City, Burns, Cherryville, Highland Tech, Shelby, and Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, that's not a brainer. I mean, Shelby. You got to go with Shelby in that one because the other team you mentioned, the other team don't have the horses.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. They just don't have. Now, the only team that could really battle Shelby was going to be Burns. Of course, they play at the end of the year, but haven't seen Burns play twice. I mean, they've got the talent. They've definitely got the talent to match Shelby, but can they put it together by the last week of the season? They probably will. But that'll be a great ball game. But right now, I got to give the nod to Shelby.
All right, folks, when we come back, we'll talk Power Poll, and then we'll start talking picks about other of these games in just a few moments. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
The City of Kings Mountain welcomes On the Border, the Ultimate Eagles Tribute, live at Patriots Park Saturday, September the 11th. Covering the Eagles' catalog of hits, On the Border, the Ultimate Eagles Tribute will treat fans to the ultimate concert experience.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind.
Plus, the Cat 5 Band will take the stage at 6, followed by On the Border at 7. Look for DJ Eric Bowman, too. The City of Kings Mountain invites all military, police, fire, and EMS personnel, past and present, as we plan to honor our community heroes during this special event. And don't forget a monthly cruise in. It starts at 5. All makes and models are welcome. Look for the Hendrick Motorsport Stable of Cars, number 5, 9, 24, and 48 to make an appearance too. That's Saturday, September the 11th in Kings Mountain.
Take it easy.
The clock is ticking. Take a time out. Come by Wright's Jewelry to check out one of our lightweight wooden watches. They're only $129.95. Many styles available in ebony, zebra, and sandalwood.
Yeah, but don't forget about our awesome men's necklaces and rings in various colors, from blue, black, red, silver, or gold.
We've got deer antler, whiskey barrel, and copper too.
Grab a matching bracelet to finish his look.
Smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby. Dr. Stroud, Wilson, Thompson, and McMurray invite you in for all of your dental needs, from preventive care to cosmetic dentistry, from crowns and bridges to root canals and implants. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281 or visit the website at shelbydentist.net. Yes, smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby, located at 416 West Warren Street. Kids love them. Hey, and you will too. The automobile rates have never been better than now at Reed Lindsay State Farm Insurance Agency in Shelby. If you're in the market for automobile insurance, now is the time to see Reed Lindsay State Farm Insurance. Their mission is to help people manage the risk of everyday life and help you recover from the unexpected and realize your dreams. You'll find a friendly staff that will work hard for you and your insurance needs. From auto to home to property, life insurance, and more, see Reed Lindsay State Farm Insurance Agency, 1671 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, online at reedlindsay.com. You'll love the food at Allie's Cafe in Shelby, now serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday. You can enjoy their breakfast all day long and check out their daily lunch specials too. It's special down-home cooking. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. You can dine in, take out, or use curb service. It's available. Allie's Cafe provides employment and training opportunities for individuals with barriers to employment. That's Allie's Cafe, 891 North Post Road in Shelby. Call 704-487-7777 for orders to go. Like them on Facebook too. Fun has a new address in the Charlotte region. Catawba Two Kings Casino is now open. 24/7 gaming excitement is here in Kings Mountain at 538 Kings Mountain Boulevard with 500 slot machines. Slot some time in your day at Two Kings. Take exit 50585. Regulated by the Catawba Nation Gaming Commission. Must be 21 or over to play. Play responsibly and within your limits. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call the National Council on Problem Gambling at 1-800-522-4700.
Everything we do is in search of more go. If it can withstand 0 degrees, can it go -20? If it can run through 5 inches of water per hour, can it go to 6? We go. So it goes. So you can go. It's hard to stop a train.
Your train dealer is Forest City Heating and Air. Call 828-245-1379. Again, 828-245-1379. Is your car's windshield cracking you up? If so, you need to see the windshield doctor. That's Carolina Auto Glass at 408 South Post Road in Shelby. Carolina Auto Glass can handle all of your insurance claims. Shop local. Deal with Carolina Auto Glass. They do free estimates on site. Just call 704-480-1885 for Carolina Auto Glass. Located at 408 South Post Road in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, where you get safety and satisfaction. Online at carolinautoglass.net and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football pregame show. I want to thank them for always being the sponsor of our pregame show. Calvin, just getting back now from the golf tournament. Shannon, I guess he's hiding his trophy in his pocket.
I guess so. I think that's where it's at.
Is that what you said? Is the trophy in his pocket? Is that where it's hidden? He said, yeah. He's got to stand up, pull it out. I think it's one finger. That's what. Oh, they won cash. There's $1. Oh, look at that. I see 3 $1 bills, Shannon. And one finger we got for that one. That's all Shannon's fault. So I'm guessing that's Rick's fault. We'll blame it. I don't know who else played with him. I'm guessing Rick did. But I'll blame it on Rick. Welcome back to the show, Shannon Allen. If you would, let's go down the broadcast schedule and I'm going to walk down the hall for a second. And if you would go down the WHS Shelby broadcast schedule, that's the closest, I think, up to the date. There we go for you folks watching.
All right. So tonight on WHS, South Point out of Rock Hill will be up here playing Shelby. And then next week, September 17th, the game will be Crest at Ashbrook. September 24th will be Stuart Kramer at Crest. October 1st will be South Point at Crest. That'll be a big ball game in that Big South Conference. October 8th, Thomas Jefferson will be traveling up to Burns, another big game. And October 15th, Bessemer City will be at Shelby. October 22nd, Hunter Huss will be at Crest. And the big one we were talking about a while ago, October 29th, that will be Burns will be traveling down to Shelby. And that probably will be for the conference championship out of that conference. And also that'll be huge with playoffs and everything else. So that's October 29th. Going over to WLON on September 10th will be West Lincoln at Ashbrook. That's tonight. September 17th, Bunker Hill will be at Lincolnton. Now, again, these are all tended to change, or scheduled or could change. So just be mindful of that. So, September 24th, Maiden will be traveling to West Lincoln. October 1st, Bandy's will be at Lincolnton. October 8th, West Lincoln will be at Newton Conover. October 15th, St. Stephen's will be traveling to East Lincoln. October 22nd, Maiden at Lincolnton. And the last one on the schedule for WLON, October 29th, Lincolnton at West Lincoln. Again, these games could change due to COVID and all that mess. So that's WOHS and WLON. You keep going? Or
Well, yeah. Well, Shannon, this week I promised and made myself wait till Wednesday to do the artwork and do the post.
Yeah.
And what's he talking about? Anyway, to wait till Wednesday to do the post and get ready, and I did. And I woke up Thursday morning, 3 of the 4 games had changed.
Oh, yeah. That's what it
So this is the plan. Doesn't mean that's going to be what we do, but this is what we're going to go for. In Cherryville at Chase, Cherryville at Shelby, the next 2 weeks. Then the Ironmen are at home. One home game in the next 5 weeks, Shannon, for the Ironmen. The fourth week, they're October 7th, is their bye week. You never know with everything, too. They may play that week.
They may play, yeah.
So right now we got Burns at Bessemer. And then we've got, that's week 7, October 1st. Week 8, October 8th is Cherryville at Highland Tech. Thomas Jefferson at Cherryville's week 9, the 15th. On the 10th, the Ironmen and the Bulldogs play. Burns comes into Cherryville. And week 11, Cherryville at Bessemer City. Now, one thing, Shannon, that, Burns and Cherryville, let's say Burns and Shelby, let's say Burns does well against Cherryville, whatever. That's, in one way, playing a really good team, but another way, that's gonna be a pretty good gate and good crowd there tonight. Burns, Burns hadn't really got to play West Lincoln and Cherryville,
right,
and some of these other teams, local teams. They've started moving down to 2A and stuff, and we talked last week that Ironman and Bessemer are the closest 1A public schools in Avery County.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just surrounded by all these charter schools, and so they, getting to play some of these 2A schools, it is going to improve the gates that way, because one thing with the charters, whatever, and some of these big cities, so like you go to a big city and you'll drive by Independence, you're like, well, Bessemer's got as many stands as Independence does,
and probably has more people. And people in Charlotte don't go to games.
And one thing, and here's my theory on it, is let's say you live in Gastonia, Shannon, okay?
Yeah.
And you go to Hunter Huss. Well, you graduate from Hunter Huss. What percentage of the kids who graduate from Huss keep living and staying in that area? You move 3 streets over, you could be in Ashbrook's district. And then you raise a kid in the family, now you're going to Ashbrook
games, yeah.
And now you're not going to Huss games. Now, or Forest View or North Gaston, same thing, Bessemer. You got 8 schools in that, or 10 schools in the county. Yeah. And so that affects some of that, because when you got 4 in Cleveland, sometimes you can stay in the same district, whether you move up in a different house, move to a different neighborhood, or stay around. But most people that do graduate don't stay in that area. But the ones that do, if they move over just a little bit, they might be changing affiliation. Right. So I think they suffer a little bit from that. That's one small pet theory.
Makes sense.
Alexander Central at RS Central tonight. The Cougars coming on. That's a good ride for them, isn't it? Is that that's 3 hours?
Yeah,
2 hours? Is it 2 hours?
I'd say 2, because there's no easy way to get to RS unless you go down 40. And then get on 221.
Bessemer City at Jefferson, Shelby at Jefferson the next 2 weeks. So we got the Griffons, and then a third week in a row, Griffons at East Gaston. So Griffons get to show out on Waggy the next 3 weeks. Then the Trojans, the last 4 weeks, host Brevard at Polk County, host Patton, and host RS Central for the Rutherford County matchup there to end the season. All right, Shannon, that's our schedule. Let's move over, and let's go over the games tonight, and let's start picking a couple of these. We'll get to our power poll here in a little bit. We'll go over some of these ones outside the area to make it easy on Shannon, make it quick.
Yeah.
Random picks. Call them random picks. These are the ones we don't know too much about. North Stanley at West Stanley. What direction you picking?
North Stanley. I've got West Stanley 35, North Stanley 7.
North 35-7. Mm-hmm. South Stanley.
No. West Stanley 35. North
West.
Stanley, yeah.
Okay. South Stanley at South Davidson.
Neither one has won a game. I'm going to say South Stanley 28, South Davidson 7.
28-7. Mount Pleasant at Northwest Cabarrus.
Mount Pleasant wins big. They're undefeated. Mount Pleasant 49, Northwest 0.
Jesse Carson at J.M. Robinson.
I think Robinson wins this one. They're undefeated. I've got them 35-14.
Union Academy. Shannon, if you'll remind me, I'll text this to you before you get here so you can kind of have the same sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
Union Academy at Mountain Island.
Mountain Island big, 56-0. Union Academy, they're awful. They're not any good this year.
Look out,
They're only giving up. They're only scoring 4 points a game.
I get it.
Giving up 50.
That's not a good ratio. 4 to 50.
No.
Hey, but not many teams can say they get 2 safeties a game, though, Shannon.
Well, they're averaging 4. Okay. Played 3 games, scored I think 8 or something. I don't know.
Some fuzzy math on that one.
Yeah.
Lookout Valley at Hayesville.
Got my shoes. Hayesville, 14. Lookout Valley, 0. They're only giving up 7 points.
That's
Again,
Tennessee, right?
50. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga. And Boone folks know how to get to Chattanooga. I promise you, Shannon. You know about that?
Mm-hmm. Lookout Mountain.
No, I'm saying, you know why Boone folks know how to get to Chattanooga?
Moonshine.
That's where the 3 national championship games were held.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go.
We know that like the back of our hand. Okay. Ask me how to get to Chattanooga, Shannon. Mike, we do it with my eyes closed. All right. Swain County hosting Franklin.
Franklin, they're 2-0. Swain County's 2-0. Battle of Undefeateds. I think Franklin wins this one 35-14 because they have a very good defense.
Franklin up there, I remember going up to see Burns play them in the playoffs a few years back, and I'd never seen people talking junk to you from behind you on the front porch. You do know what have you been up there?
I've been there, but I've never been to the school.
So the visiting sideline is right up against the street, and
really?
Right across the street is houses. So you could sit on the front. You could hear the people on the front porch cheering or yelling at you at the team.
They got their cowbells and their teeth in the bottle, shaking it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I will say this: Franklin packed the house up there for fans. I so many people at a game and their press. I don't know what to call it, a box. It's like almost 2 or 3, like single wides hooked together.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's a complex and they've got plenty of seating in there. But it's open. So you had to bring it was cold. So what was your pick on that one?
Franklin 35 and Swain County 14.
Mitchell at Andrews.
Both of these are pretty good. Mitchell 2-1, Andrews 2-0. And they're actually, what I could find, they're about even. So I'm gonna say Andrews 28, Mitchell 27.
Allegheny at North Wilkes.
Allegheny at North Wilkes. North Wilkes 27, Allegheny 14.
Patrick County at North Stokes.
So I mentioned a while ago, Patrick County's out of Virginia. Going with North Carolina team. They're not really that good. I mean, but they do have a winning record.
No confidence in this pick.
But I'm going to say North Stokes 28, Patrick County 17.
28-17 for Shannon. Wilkes Central at East Wilkes.
Wilkes Central, this will be their second game. They come in 1-0. East Wilkes is 2-1. Again, one of those games is very close. County rival there. County rival. I'm going to say East Wilkes 28, Wilkes Central 27.
You said East, right?
East Wilkes 28.
I think I remember Cherville going up to East Wilkes a long time ago. And I know I did Wilkes Central hosting West Lincoln a long time ago. Ashe County at Mount Airy.
Now, this one's interesting. Mount Airy is 3-0. Ashe County's 0-1. No, this isn't the game. Anyway, Mount Airy 56, Ashe County 7. I was looking at something else. Well,
sorry for you folks going. Hold on. Let me quote Shannon. Sorry for the folks going to the Ashe County and Mount Airy game. Yeah. This game's not interesting.
It's not interesting.
What was the score?
Mount Airy 56.
Oh, it is.
Ashe County 7.
No, that's not interesting. All right, McDowell at Avery County.
All right, McDowell is 1-0.
Is this the interesting game?
No, this
it's still not that.
Avery County 0-3, but I'm taking Avery County in this one.
The 1A upset in the 4A?
I am. McDowell. No, I'm not a big believer in McDowell football yet. I'm gonna say Avery County 28, McDowell 14.
I forgot. Now I can put Shannon on the Bagpeds pick segment. So get ready for that next
Go ahead. That's a good one.
All right, Inca at Madison.
Inca at Madison. Where did I have that one? I've got it somewhere here. You switched up on me. And let me find it. Give me quick. I'm gonna say Madison 35, Inca 14.
North Henderson at Owen.
Man, you're flying through these. All right. I actually wrote these down. So North Henderson comes in at 1-1. Owen's 1-1. North Henderson they've got some guys that can put up big numbers. I'm gonna put North Henderson 38, Owen 21.
What's North Henderson? Falcons? Or is that a different Henderson. That's East Henderson.
Yeah, it's east. North.
North looks like a Viking thingamajigger.
Maybe the Vikings are Warriors or something.
Pickens at Pisgah.
All right, Pickens comes in 2-0. Pisgah's 2-0. The Pickens, they run the option style offense, and they put up big numbers first two games, and but they also give up big numbers on defense. But I am going to say Pickens 35, Pisgah 14.
35-14.
Yeah.
Patton Panthers at the Freedom Patriots. Anna Mana Pia.
So
Sorry.
Patton 0-1,
No,
Freedom 1-1. This is a Burke County rivalry game. Patton Freedom, they're averaging 10 points a game. They're giving up 13. Coach Hahn up there used to be defensive coordinator down at Shelby. He's having to rebuild some things this year. So I'm going to say that Freedom will win this one, 14-7.
14-7 Patriots, according to Shannon.
Patton's only averaging 6 points a game.
Daniel Lions of South Carolina, Daniel High School, the Lions, at Hendersonville Bearcats.
Yeah, this is one I mentioned a while ago. Daniel, their quarterback, Trent Pierman, is averaging 267 yards.
Are we going to get 100 points on the board combined, Shannon?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
He's averaging 267 with 8 touchdowns. They have a running back. He's averaging 65 with 2 touchdowns. The Hendersonville, Gavin Gosnell, we've mentioned him before last spring as well as this year. He's averaging 326 yards per game with 9 touchdowns. And they have a running back named Hezi Rudisell. Hezi.
They're averaging 64 points a game.
I know, yeah. So he's right at 100 yards with 5 touchdowns.
64. And that's 3 games.
It's Hendersonville, 63.
Okay.
Daniel, 50.
50. 113 points tonight,
points.
up on the mountain.
Yeah. They've got to be setting records up there. They've got to be. As many yards as they're getting.
It's one of those, yeah. Brevard at Irwin.
Brevard's 1-1. Irwin comes in at 1-2.
What's Irwin? Are they the Warriors?
Irvin, yeah, they're the Warriors.
Brevard Blue Devils.
Blue Devils. Brevard's their even team. They give up 15. They average 15. Irwin, they're scoring 20, but they're giving up 30. That's why they got a losing record. So I'm gonna say Brevard 24, Irwin 14.
24-14, Brevard over Irwin. Christ School, not Christ the King, for you local fans. Christ School.
That's in Asheville, right?
At Polk County.
Yeah. Again, Coach Ollis, I saw something this week. He got his 400th win, maybe, or something like that. This in Polk County, I like them. They're playing at Polk, and I think that Polk will be just too talented for them. And I'm gonna say Polk County 28, Christ School 14.
Nice. South Caldwell.
You can take him out. You can take the boy out of Cleveland County, but you can't take the Cleveland County out of him.
I don't know if people heard that on or not. All right, South Caldwell Spartans and the Newton Conover Red Devils. Oh, children, there's something to be cherished.
So South Caldwell comes in 2-0. Nice surprise this year. Newton Conover 0-1. Saw Newton Conover play in the Jamboree. Coach Pack up there. They've got a very young team, and they'll struggle more this week. South Caldwell 35, Newton Conover 10.
The Drone Wildcats at the Highland Tech Rams.
Neither one has won a game. Both come in 0-2. I am taking Highland
I told you
Tech.
last week. There you go. I told you last week they might sneak it in.
Yeah.
And they barely got beat last week.
Highland Tech. Yeah, because Carver, who they played last week.
26-21, I think.
Yeah, that's insane. And so I'm saying Highland Tech 21, Drone 19.
So the Rambling Wreck of Highland Tech pulls off the first victory. What'd you score say again?
21-19.
21-19. They squeezed by, according to Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
The prognosticator.
Of prognosticators.
Christ the King. We're going to skip over to this one. Christ the King tonight at Bessemer City. Can my Yellow Jackets get off the schneid and get them a victory?
No. Bessemer City, they're led by Jameer
Shannon,
Holmes.
you're fired.
Quarterback averaging 100 yards in the air. And also Justice Cooper. He's on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Justin Cooper and Dalton Watson lead them defensively. Christ the King, they have a big quarterback with a big arm, Nicholas Wilson, averaging 250 in the air with 4 touchdowns. They have a big receiver, Jacob Delusky, averaging 105 yards with 3 touchdowns. But I give the nod to Christ King because they can put points on the board now. But they have a problem stopping teams, but I don't think they'll have a problem tonight. Christ King 35, Bessemer City 17.
35-17. Shannon, get ready for bad picks next week.
Yeah. I think I'm safe.
All right. Burns Bulldogs. Matt Royster will be up there covering this game for us, along with the birthday boy Nelson at Watauga.
So I mentioned a while ago, like Maiden defeated Watauga, just blew them out of the water a couple weeks ago. And so I wonder what was wrong. So Watauga, they're led by quarterback Wyatt Keller. He's already averaging 75 yards in the air, and the running back's only averaging 65 yards per game. So if you can't move the ball, you're not going to be able to put points on the board. Now Burns comes in. Ben Moody leading their offense with averaging 151 in the air with 3 touchdowns. They've got running backs Jeremiah Norris and Lamont Wilson. And I think Norris is going to have a huge game tonight at Watauga. He'll still be running tomorrow up there. The receivers Ryan Thompson and Chase Bridges. Those are the main targets for Mooney. And on defense, Burns is really good on defense. Now I'll give them credit there. They've got Hunter Davis, Nick Vincent, Azari Brown, Kahari Haynes, and Chatlin Backus. You will hear those names tonight when Nelson and Matt and Nelson, either one call in. I'm going to take Burns at Watauga, and I'm going to say Burns 38, Watauga 13.
38-13. Yeah. All right, Burns 2 victories combined 3 points, and they lost by 4. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that.
No, they lost more by 4 because Kings Mountain beat them 19-7 last week.
Oh, there you go, 12.
Something like that.
All right, whatever it was. Crest at North Gaston. Wildcats. Thank you to Jesse Clark and Jesse Martin, not Jesse Clark. Jesse Martin and the gang over there for allowing Tanner to come over. Tanner's going to be over there getting highlights of the Crest game. Thoughts and prayers, Robbie Roop, him and his family, for you folks out there.
I heard
Tanner,
he's doing good, though. I heard he's a little bit better today. So.
Well, Tanner's going to be covering for him tonight. Crest at North Gaston tonight. We're going to talk about their rankings here in a little bit. Shannon, what you got for the Chargers? You picked them just a minute ago as the favorite in Dallas tonight.
So Crest comes in this game looking to build off that Burns game from 2 weeks ago. And in that game I mentioned a while ago, I think Crest beat Crest more than Burns beat Crest. Just if you just looked at the game, not on the scoreboard, but everywhere else. Especially that second half. Crest are led by Natavius Husky at quarterback and running back Maury Adams, who may be the best overall running back in Cleveland County this year. He's a stud of an athlete. You know him, Kevin, from basketball.
I love to see him. I haven't seen him run on the football field. Very interesting. I love watching him play basketball, the way he plays.
He's a hard runner. He's not going to beat you. He's one of those kids you say, well, he don't run a 4.40.
Right.
But you can't catch him. He's one of those kids, you just can't catch him for some reason. But they have receivers Carter Green, Javarius Green, Malachi Addison that played well, especially Addison in that Burns game. Defensively, Crest has got the Wake Forest signee Eli Hall, Grubb Watkins at the nose are playing the 1. Also linebacker Nick Beeson. And I mentioned Crest a while ago. To me, they're like a blue-collar group. They punch the clock. Yeah, they punch the clock every time they come, and they're going to compete. But North Gaston, they have a quarterback, last name is Zolo. He's averaging 135 in the air, but he's given up 7 interceptions. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be your problem. And they've given up over 40 points per game. I'm going to say, but I'll say this, Kevin. Last week, North Gaston put up a fight against Chase. That surprised me.
I was told they looked pretty decent last week.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Crest wins big tonight, 42-20.
42-20.
Yes.
All right. That's going to do it for our non-broadcast games. And then when we come back, we'll talk about our last 4 that we're going to broadcast tonight, folks. Break them down. West Lincoln at Ashbrook, South Point at Shelby, that's South Carolina, Alexander Central at RS Central, and the Cherville Ironman at the Chase Trojans. We come back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986. From Shelby, turn off Highway 74 at Highway 226, up Highway 226 to the caution light at Zion Church Road. There on the corner is Kibo's. Been there for over 20 years. Kibo's, where you'll find Hunt Brothers Pizza, snacks, candy, chips, also soft drinks, hand-dipped and packaged ice cream, bread, tobacco products, and much more. Yes, that's Kibo's. And don't forget to fill that vehicle up with gasoline at Kibo's, 226 North at the Caution Light in Shelby.
Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It is a flameless process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions or harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $19.95. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road in Kings Mountain and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like to get the crispy chicken biscuit. It's made with a crispy, juicy, and tender chicken filet on a warm, flaky biscuit. Try one for breakfast. Mix and match the crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4.39. You know it's going to be a good day when it starts with the McDonald's run. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
If you play golf, then listen up. The best greens in the Carolinas are right here in our area at the Riverbend YMCA Golf Course. Phil Wallace and Russell Spangler invite you over to play. You can play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for $29 and after 2 p.m. for $25. Play and ride weekends for $42 and after 2 p.m. for $29. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $25. Make your tee time by calling 704-482-4286 or book online at riverbendymcagolfcourse.com. Come play today.
At Coyote Tractor, we hold dirt in the highest regard. That's why we're digging up some of our best deals so you can get out there and plan. We've got cash back and 0% financing offers available on 22 to 110 horsepower tractors, utility vehicles, and zero-turn mowers. Coyote, we dig dirt. Offer cannot be combined. Financing subject to credit approval. Some restrictions apply. See your authorized Coyote Tractor dealer for details.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, 27 West intersection in Vail. You know, fall and winter are just around the corner. Time to get your energy-saving service agreement from Hopper's Heating and Air in Shelby. Get your seasonal checkup for $65 when you book it online. Also, service calls, $55 when you book it online. You save $20 on each service. Visit the Facebook page or go to the website at hopperhvac.com or give them a call at 704-482-8207 and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. Hopper Heating and Air, 2301-1 Kings Road in Shelby.
Hey, we don't care if you sing along.
I love to sing at work. It gets me through my day.
101.5 FM and 1390 AM. WOHS Shelby, the boss.
Webb Chemical and Paper Company wants to thank our veterans for the cost they paid for our freedom. Thank you for the freedom to live in safety and pursue happiness, for freedom of speech, and for all freedoms that we daily take for granted. Peace has victories, but it takes brave men and women to win them. And a special salute to Navy veteran Floyd Williams from Webb Chemical and Paper Company, 2500 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at webchemicalandpaper.com. Call 704-482-4331.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football Pregame Show. We concentrate on Western teams in North Carolina for the most part, and we also specifically Gaston County, Cleveland County, Lincoln County, and Rutherford County, and the conferences that those teams are in, which means we've got 5 conferences that we roughly cover. We've went over most of the schedule so far. We've got 4 more to preview. And as we talk about the broadcast night, we'll talk about our 4 broadcast games now. Shannon will pick those. Our first one, we'll start with the Cherryville Ironmen, WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM. Now, remember, all of these games you can listen to on the radio in your local area, but if you can't pick them up in wherever you are, pull them up online, ktcbroadcasting.com. At the very top of the page, you click on the big green button. It'll bring up the 3 different radio stations besides Waggy, and you can listen to any of those there. Also, if you'll click on the artwork on the of the game you want to listen to there on ktcbroadcasting.com, just go to there. Right there on the front page, there's a little slideshow. It's got all the games tonight. Click on your game, and it'll take you straight to the link to be able to listen. On all of our links, Shannon, you can lock your phone and hook it to your Bluetooth and listen to it, put it in your pocket, in your cars, in your wherever you're at, and listen to the game. So these games, go to ktcbroadcasting.com to listen. Now, we also have other special broadcasts during the games. It's called Red Zone Radio, KTC Red Zone, folks. We invite you to listen and watch that only online. And that is, for you folks at home who can't get out, we do a little Red Zone show during the games right here, this same channel. And what we do is we keep the scores updated as much as we can. We can't promise you they're 100% up to date or 100% accurate, but we do the best we can. And we've got folks reporting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, 6 games tonight. I got to write 2 T's up there. 6 games tonight. I'll have highlights from tonight, Shannon, and maybe even a 7th if we get some of the fans to post. Now, how do you post and how do you get us? If you want to be on the Red Zone channel or your kids' highlights on the post-game show, how do you do it, Shannon? All you got to do is tag us online,
tag
right?
Us on Twitter, yeah.
On Twitter.
Just at KTC or at What's Up Shopper, right?
If you'll tag at KTC or at What's Up Shopper, hashtag KTC Scores or hashtag KTC Red Zone, we will get it and put it on the show. Now, if it's during the games, we'll do it live from the stadiums. You know, we'll pull it up live, give you credit, say your Twitter feed, and tell folks to follow you. But tag us for highlights. We will put your highlights live on the highlight show. Then on the post-game show, Shannon, you watch one of these post-game shows around the area, they've got 5 seconds or so of one game or here and there, some people running out on the field or whatever, all around the area. We've got actual touchdowns of most of our games. We should have every score in these games of our local games that we're covering, and then plus more. So, folks, if you want your highlights from these local teams, you want your kids, somebody's at the game tonight, you're not going to be able to make it the game, text them. Say, tag KTC in the Twitter, and I'll be able to see your video, your touchdown from the game live on the Red Zone or on the post-game show. Fantastic way to watch the games and watch the highlights, Shannon. All right. Cherville at Chase. What you got, Shannon? Now, Chase is pretty good this year. Ironman, moving into this conference, going to have some tough foes, but this is not a conference foe. This is a regular foe for Cherville. Cherville and Chase have played each other for years. So, Shannon, what you got in this matchup?
Well, they've played each other, as you said, for years, but this is going to be a different Chase team than probably what they're accustomed to. Chase comes in, I think they're a very good football team, led by quarterback Damian Boykins, averaging 130 yards in the air. He has 6 touchdowns. His main targets are Isaiah Todd and Tavion DeRisma. But now running back is the main horse. He's junior Marquise McCombs. He's averaging 240 yards on the ground. He already has 11 touchdowns in 3 games. And I believe, Kevin, he's probably the most underrated running back in the state, and one nobody's ever heard of. And on defense, they're led by Anthony Smith and Carter Chapman. Last week's score was a big surprise, too. We mentioned that a while ago with North Gaston. So I think Chase is in that position. I think if they overlook people, they can get in a handle there if they're not careful. Now, Cherville, they come in at 1-1. They won their first game up in the mountains. That was against who?
Every County.
Okay, so they won that. But then they lost to West Lincoln last week. So they come in, they're averaging 20 points per game. But here's their downfall. They're giving up 24. And, Kevin, I believe tonight they're going to have a hard time stopping McCombs. I think he is the real deal. He's going to run wild up in the mountains once they hit conference play up there. Chase, I've got them 49, Cherville 14.
All right. So, Shannon, you said 49-14?
49-14. Is Coach Pruitt coming in here tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to play this for him.
Well, I would, yeah.
Yeah, do that. Is that what you're asking?
No, well, I was going to say, ask him about the McCombs kid, what he thinks about him at running back.
I will.
That'd be interesting.
All right, let's see. Alexander Central at RS Central. Shannon, the Cougars at the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, so Alexander.
Hold on, WAGY 1320 AM and 107.5 FM in Rutherford County. Lincoln County folks, don't worry about that. You'll listen to your Rebels. 107.5 FM is in Rutherford County and Lincoln County, if you want to listen. No, but Lincoln County, you'll hear West Lincoln, and in Rutherford County, you'll hear RS Central hosting Alexander Central. Hopefully, Paul won't say Central a lot. He'll say Hilltoppers and Cougars. not confuse me.
Yeah, he probably will.
Go
So, yeah. So Alexander Central, they're in that conference with South Caldwell, Freedom, High Brighton, Watauga, and Ashe County. They have a quarterback, Luke Hammer. He's averaging 125 yards in the air. And they've got a running back averaging about 100 yards per game. So on the ground with 2 touchdowns. So they're, right now they're a pretty balanced team. They're going to be an athletic team. Offense, they're scoring 33 points per game. Defense, they are giving up 12. So they're a pretty formidable opponent, no doubt there. Now RS, this will be their second game. They've only played one game so far this year, and they lost 20-14. And I tried to see who that was against. And if I can pull it up real quick, I'll tell you.
I moved my sheets a second.
It was McDowell. That's what it was.
McDowell
beat them 20-14, which was really a surprise, knowing because RS had a big spring. They were opening a lot of people's eyes about what they had coming back, because most of those guys down there were juniors that were getting the playing time, but they struggled in that first game. So RS, they're led by quarterback Trey Shearer, and then they have the 3-headed beast at running back, I think, and Jaden Costin, Ken Hines III, and Tyler Logan. All names, especially Costin and Hines, were names we mentioned in the spring all the time for the Hilltoppers. Again, played one game. They lost 20-14. You really can't put anything on that one yet about how good or how bad they are. You really don't know. I'm going to go with RS Central. I'm going to go with Central in this one. I think
I'm sure you already picked Central again.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Central. Yeah, I'm going to pick RS because again, I'm just going back to what they had in the spring. In the spring, they were dominant. They were so good.
They did have a good team.
They did. And they put up big numbers. So
I'm
going to
beat South Point in the spring.
Yeah, beat South Point. That's right. And then lost to Chase in overtime, which was a close game there at RS Central. But so I got RS. I think they'll win this one 28-21. It'll be close. But no, excuse me, 35-21. I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong number.
All right, what was we ain't done that one yet. I drew the line funny. All right, over on WLN in Lincoln County night, the West Lincoln Rebels face off at the Ashbrook Greenway. Rebels 2-0 on the season. Ashbrook haven't played yet. Rebels have scored 41 and given up 14.
Mm-hmm. So Ashbrook, again, this is their first game. By all accounts, you've heard all. Summer into the in part of the summer into the when football started, this is going to be a very good team at Ashbrook, but again, you don't really know till they get out there and play. They've got a new coach, and I think he's trying to get players out there to get the morale back up, the momentum to play football again down at Ashbrook. But now West Lincoln come in, they're averaging 20, giving up 7. They're led offensively by quarterback Jordan Truesdale, but their main horse up in West Lincoln, up in Vale, is a guy by the name of Mason Avery. Now, he's averaging 211 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns. So I think West Lincoln, as Mason Avery goes, West Lincoln will go. He's also great on defense, and also with Nathan Kester and Lathan Sane. So I'm gonna just because of I don't really know much about Ashbrook, really what they can do yet. I'm gonna say West Lincoln. They're 2-0. They're on that win streak. They want to keep that going.
Remember, they beat South Point at home too in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. That's right. So West Lincoln 21, Ashbrook 7. And that was a decent West Lincoln team.
I still hear there's fires smoldering from the party that night.
I wouldn't
in Vale.
I wouldn't doubt it.
All right. What'd you say? 21-7.
21-7.
All right.
Was that from the partying, or was that from?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's still fire smoldering in Vale from the big party they had from beating South Point in the playoffs at home.
The South Point coach's house is on fire because people down there at Belmont.
Yeah.
But anyway,
hot seats and down there. All right. South Point. Speaking of South Point, how about South Point, South Carolina? The Stallions. Last time they played, 25-0 against the Shelby Golden Lions. Shelby was supposed to play who this week?
They were supposed to play High Brighton.
High Brighton, that's right. The High Brighton Panthers, they couldn't play them. They replaced it with South Point, South Carolina. Shannon, can the Golden Lions be victorious tonight against South Point? Now, we'll talk about the power poll in a little bit, how this would affect them, but go ahead.
So South Point comes in. They've played one game, and they won that game. They beat Northwestern down there. That's their county rival just across the county. They beat them 40-35. And everybody said, well, okay, well, South Point must be pretty good, or Northwestern's just bad. But the thing is, Northwestern's they've beaten everybody since then pretty easily. So this is their second game. Shelby quarterback Dalen Lee in his 2 games, averaging 279 yards with 3 touchdowns. Running backs, they have 3 that can hurt you with their speed. Marquise Adams, Bryson Key, and Jalen Petty tote the mail for Shelby. Now, their wide receivers, Isaiah Bridges, Jakeith Hamilton, and Demetrius Thompson, are also just as fast. Those are the relay team from the state championship or the state championship run they had this spring. So Shelby's extremely fast. Defense is giving up 13 points a game. And now with this game, Kevin, they've only had 1 day to prepare, both teams.
Right.
And I think they're just happy to be playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say Shelby at home. I'm going to say it's close, 28-27. It won't be a shutout again, I don't think.
The Lions
pull
off the victory. Well, now, of course, they're going to win. It's not going to be a shutout, so Lions.
But the thing is,
victory.
When they played before, Brent said that in 2017, South Point had the Kendrick kid. He went to play at Clemson. Their kicker went to kick at Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
They had some, and then Dax Hollifield, of course, he went to Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of talent on that field. So South Point is going to bring talent. Now, it could be a blowout. I mean, you just never know. But I think both of these teams are just proud to be playing. And then Shelby's playing Cherville next week. And then, I don't know who South Point plays. But anyway, that's when Shelby gets in part of or Cherville and Shelby getting part of their conference schedule.
Yep. All right, folks, let's go over a little bit. So, folks, all those are on the radio. We're going to kind of go over the next few minutes we're going to spend talking about how to listen to the games. Again, all those are on the radio stations. For you folks watching right now, watching online, give you a quick tutorial of ktcbroadcasting.com. At the top of these pages, you can go to the broadcast radio station of your choice, Shelby, Lincoln, Cherville, and Forest City. Also, this is the slideshow here. This is where all the game art is that I'm going through right now. Shelby, West Lincoln. This is the Red Zone channel game art. If you want to click on that, it'll take you to that. It is the same page, same channel you're on now. The Red Zone channel, the pregame show, and the postgame show, all on the same channel. Once you click on them on this bottom scroll, if you'll just click on the big part, it'll bring it up, and I'm going to show you exactly how that'll look for you Shelby South Point fans down in South Carolina or Shelby want to listen to the game. Click this picture right here, and it brings up the player. And once it brings the player up, you can close out the cookie things that the player asked for. Just hit play on the player and listen. It'll say a song's playing, but don't worry about that. Just hit play on the player once you bring it up. Now, once you're in here, you can click on and go over to the Cherville game or the Lincoln game and click between all 3 games just by clicking on those. And then once it comes up, hit play. So if you folks at home if you want to scroll between games yourself at home, that's the best way to do it. Once again, go to KTC Broadcasting, click on one of those games. Also, Shannon, you see this big green button?
Yes.
It says, click here to listen live. What do you think that button does?
That means you listen live.
If you click here to listen live, guess what, folks? It brings up the same player.
Yeah.
So do that, bring up all 3. Now, for you Waggy fans, for you folks in Rutherford County, you're looking at them like, well, I don't see Rutherford County. That's true. We just bought the stations, haven't got it integrated yet as far as in this part. But all you got to do, 2 ways from ktcbroadcasting.com to get to the Waggy. Right here on the top right corner, it says Forest City Waggy. Click on that joker right there. It brings it up. www.waggyfm.com. www.waggyfm.com for you Alexander Central and RS Central football fans. That'll take you. Bring up the player. Once again, I'll click on it for you folks watching online. Bring up the player. Click play right here, and you can listen to Waggy, Paul Foster, and Jonathan Bland. Also, for the Waggy game, that you can also click on it down here. Go to the Alexander Central, RS Central game. Click anywhere on this picture right here, folks, and it'll take you to the game as well. I got to make sure I get that updated there, Shannon. Yeah. But anyway, click on the Waggy, and you can listen to that. And then again, let's go over the games again. Tonight on the scoreboard, Shannon, before our next break, let's go over the whole list, and then I'm going to go over the bye weeks and the broadcast, and I'll let you do all the other games. Okay. On WLON, 1050 AM, 107.5 FM in Lincoln County, it's West Lincoln at Ashbrook. WHS, 1390 AM, 101.5 FM, South Point, South Carolina, at Shelby. Waggy on WAGY, 1320 AM, 107.5 FM in Rutherford County. That's Alexander Central at RS Central. And WCSL, 1590 AM, 92.3 FM. And WCSL, WCSL 92.3 FM. Now, quick notes I'm going to make on our Twitter games. We've also got Crest at North Gaston, Watauga at Burns, and Christ the King at Bessemer City. Will have highlights from those games as well as our broadcast games. All right, Shannon, why don't you go ahead and do the rest?
All right, so Drone will be at Highland Tech, South Caldwell at Newton Conover, Christ School at Asheville, Polk County, Brevard at Irwin, Daniel, South Carolina at Hendersonville, Patton at Freedom, Pickens at Pisgah, North Henderson at Owen, Inca at Madison, McDowell at Avery County, Ashe County at Mount Airy, Wilkes Central at East Wilkes, Patrick County out of Virginia at North Stokes, Allegheny at North Wilkes, Mitchell at Andrews, Franklin at Swain County, Lookout Valley out of Tennessee at Hayesville, Union Academy at Mountain Island Charter, Carson at Robinson, Mount Pleasant at Northwest Cabarrus, South Stanley will be at South Davison, and North Stanley at West Stanley. Remember, the teams that are off this week are Bandy's, Stuart Kramer, East Lincoln, East Burke, East Gaston, Forest View, Hickory, Hunter Huss, Kings Mountain, Lincolnton, Maiden, North Lincoln, South Point, Statesville, Thomas Jefferson, and the last one from the area would be West Caldwell. So again, those last teams I just mentioned are off for either a bye or COVID, cancel their games or something like that. So. Kevin, those are your games for tonight.
Well, I was working on some good news, Shannon. Got some great news for you. Ready?
Yeah.
I got mashed taters tonight.
There you go. You ready?
They left them out of my bag last week, but they made up for it and threw some extra firecracker sticks for if you and CJ want a firecracker stick for you guys get out of here. A dinner in the pregame show brought to us by Fats Cafe in Shelby. Here he comes down. You want a firecracker stick? You can have a firecracker stick.
We'll
CJ, we're on the radio.
Just don't worry about it.
He's looking around.
Yeah.
I don't have your camera. All right, it is time for a break, and we come back. We'll finish up with the power poll and remind you of more games on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Have you got a ping, pang, ding going on with your car or truck? Then take it to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. A-Plus Automotive does all types of automotive repairs, from tune-ups to oil changes and complete diagnostic work. And they are a North Carolina inspection station with over 30 years of experience. See A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. They also do AC and heater repair. Get her running today with a stop at A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. See Charlie Heston today or call 704-482-0441 for A-Plus Automotive in Shelby.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
You work hard every day to provide for yourself and your family. Why not let someone else help out every now and then? As your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, that's why I'm here, for peace of mind, and to help you to protect what matters most to you in Cleveland County. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote, and to learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. Be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today. Looking for a great buy on new zero-turn mower? Look no more. We got it at Hojo Power Sports and Equipment in Shelby. Right now, you can buy a brand new Aaron's zero-turn 42-inch mower for only $27.99. That's right, only $27.99 for a new Aaron's 42-inch zero-turn mower. Plus, see the line of Ferris, Snapper, Snapper Pro, Hustler, Walker, Ryan, Red Max, Husqvarna, Simplicity, Shindawa, Z-Spray, and more. Hojo Power Sports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.net. Like them on Facebook, too. If you're in the market for new flooring, go to this area's most recommended flooring store. That's Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain. Flooring America in Kings Mountain is where friends send friends for their flooring needs. And right now, you'll find the ever-popular luxury vinyl plank for only $2.99 a square foot. That's right, only $2.99 a square foot. All during the Fresh Start Flooring Sale. Give your home a refresh with one stop at Flooring America. 602 Slater Street in Kings Mountain. Online at flooringamericakingsmountain.com.
All right, welcome back tonight to the broadcast brought to you by Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football Western pregame show. Shannon had to leave. Him and CJ getting out of here tonight. I told him we was going to talk about Clemson football, and he got up and left, so he didn't want none of that. So anyway, Shannon did a great job tonight helping out. I want to thank him as always. CJ in the house, a joy. Now, let's talk power pole time. And this is kind of I'll call it my baby or whatever it is. It annoys Tom, so I like doing it. So that's good enough for me. We've got the way we do the power pole is there is no power pole, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages watching at home. 21 through 32, Forest View, Ashbrook. 23, RS Central. 24, West Iredale. 25, North Iredale. 26, Huss. 27, West Caldwell. 28, Cherryville. 29, Patton. 30, Crest. 31, Newton Conover. 32, Highland Tech. 33, St. Stephen's. 34, Fred T. Ford. Number 35, Lincoln. Number 36, North Gaston. And number 37 in this week's power poll is the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets. So how does that work? So folks want to know. So how do we get these numbers? Why is my team? I know my team's better than that team. This is not, folks, and I'm going to repeat this. This is not an opinion poll. This is only what you've done. Games won and defensive points allowed, basically. So if we can go from there and not freak out and go crazy, let's look at this and see what we got. All right. So for a 4A win, you get 4 points. A 3A, 3, a 2A, 2, a 1A, 1. For a 4A loss, you lose 0 points. So Shelby, if you lose tonight against South Point, you will lose 0 points. But if you can pull off the victory tonight, you will gain 4 points for Shelby. Because I think, but I looked up by, what I did was, they got different ratings or whatever in South Carolina. So I took their South Point's attendance and I plugged it in what it would be in North Carolina. So there'd be a 4A in North Carolina. So Shelby get 4 points tonight, get up to 11 total points tonight if they can pull off the victory. So that's how that works. So East Gaston comes in at number 20. Sorry, forgot about that. If you lose to a 3A school, you lose 1 point. Lose to a 2A, 2. Lose to a 1A school, minus 3 points. All right, so that's how it's weighted to who you play. Whether or not those teams are any good doesn't matter as far as this poll goes. Trust me, the more it goes, the more points you accumulate, the more wins, i.e. you're a better team, you'll get the points and you'll move up where you belong. Starting off early, we do have teams that jump and move all kinds of spots. We had 5 teams last week didn't play in the top 5. All 5 dropped. And so they dropped 3 spots apiece. So 4 through 8 used to be 1 through 5 last week for you folks watching live on and listening here. Hickory is number 19. And so Hickory, East Burke, Stuart Cramey, Brevard, and East Gaston all with 1 power point there. They're 16 through 20. So how do we do the tiebreakers? Well, it's best record next. So Stuart Cramey gets the 16 at 2-1. East Burke and Brevard both were 1-1, so they get the next 2 spots, and then that tiebreaker goes to defensive points allowed. So East Burke 1-1, -19 gets the 17 spot. Brevard gets the 18 spot with 1 point, 1-1, and 31 points given up on the season. Hickory, the 19 at 1-2, they've given up 58, and East Gaston with 1 power point, they are 1-2 on the season and give up 63 points. So they squeeze in at number 20. Remember, there's 37 teams in this power poll through 5 conferences that we cover. Now, Thomas Jefferson is number 15. They're the only team with 2 points right now in the season. They're 2-0. They've given up 23 points. They are not playing tonight, so they'll have 2 points next week no matter what. North Lincoln's not playing tonight either. They've got 3 points. Them and Polk County tied at 3. Now, North Lincoln will stay at 3 because they're not playing anyone. Polk County got the tiebreaker based on they both got 3 points. They're both 2-1, but they've only give up 7 less points than the North Lincoln Knights. Now, Polk County, if they win tonight against a 1A school, that means they'd have 4 points next week. But if they lose, 0 points. Kings Mountain at number 12 on the season. They've only got 4 power points so far. 2-1 on the season, give up 51 points. The loss to Shelby knocked 2 points off of them right there. South Point, well, 4 technically because it's a 4-point swing. South Point also with 4 points, and West Lincoln all with 4. West Lincoln wins the tiebreaker because they're undefeated at 2-0. So they get the 10 spot. South Point the 11 at 2-1, give up 41. So they've given up more points than the Rebels. So at number 9, the Burns Bulldogs head up to Watauga tonight. They've got 5 points, 2-1 overall, give up 45 points. Bandy's and Bunker Hill tied with 6 power points at 7 and 8. Bandy's 7, Bunker Hill 8. Bandy's only give up 13 to Bunker Hill's 18. So the tight race there for the 7 spot. Bandy's does not play tonight. Bunker Hill plays a 3A school because they could give up all the way technically into a number 1 spot. The teams that could be number 1, we'll go over that in just a second. Statesville, number 6 right now. They've got 7 power points along with Maiden and Shelby, all 2-0. Statesville's give up 44. They're in the 6th spot. Shelby's give up 26. They're in the 5. And the Maiden Blue Devils haven't given up a point on the season. They're in the number 4 spot. Number 3 in the power poll, the Chase Trojans of Rutherford County. 3-0 on the season. Coach Cogdell in the games, moving along pretty well. They only give up 53 points on the season so far. And then tonight they got the Ironmen. So maybe they're looking for maybe a big win tonight, unless the Ironmen can. Now, I was on an Ironman team that I think we might have beat Chase or come close to beating Chase. I don't know. I'll just say we probably didn't. Maybe I'm thinking JV. East Lincoln tonight at number 2 with 8 points. They tied with Chase, but they've got better defense on the season. They've only given up 3 touchdowns less than Chase, so they get the number 2 spot. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the number 1 team in our area, in our conferences in our area, the Hendersonville Bearcats. We talked about them earlier. Folks, they have scored. They've given up 43, but they got 9 power points. So they're straight up in first with no tiebreakers on this. Offensively, folks, they're averaging 64 points a game, and they're giving up 14.3. 64-14 for Hendersonville so far on the season. In just a few minutes, we're going to be sending out to the stadiums, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for radio coverage of West Lincoln at Ashbrook on WLON in Lincoln County. West Lincoln at Ashbrook, 107.5 FM, 1050 AM. Remember, you can listen to all these games on KTC Broadcasting. On the Red Zone channel, we switch between all 4 of these games, so we'll be switching. Red Zone Radio, just like this TV show, Red Zone Radio, KTC style, we'll be switching between 4 games tonight. West Lincoln at Ashbrook on WLON, Alexander Central at RS Central on WAGY, WAGY, Cherryville at Chase on WCSL 1590 AM, South Point at Shelby WHS. Announcers tonight, Matt Chapman and Logan Baker will be at Ashbrook and West Lincoln. Jason Sane will be there for the highlights. Alexander Central at RS Central tonight is Paul Foster and Jonathan Bland. JP will be there for those highlights. Cherryville at Chase tonight, we're asking fans and anybody else, workers, whatever, at that game, give us some highlights, and we'll get those posted as well. They're on WCSL with Danny Aker is with Tom Senafani tonight for the Cherryville game. And then South Point, South Carolina at Shelby night. Jeff Jones joins Brent Pasco in the booth for that game. We've got coverage, more coverage, video coverage of Crest at North Gaston, Burns at Watauga, and Christ the King at Bessemer City. So we've got video highlights of 7 games, hopefully 6 for sure, maybe 7 if we do it right. That's just for us. So if you're at any of these other games, you're at Drona Highland Tech, we need highlights. Mountain Island need highlights. I need highlights from Newton, Conner, and South Caldwell. I need highlights Cherville and Chase. How about Hendersonville? You got to need highlights of that game. Please send them to us. If you're at a game, we have highlights, folks. Please. We'll use yours too. Some of you get better shots than we do. We're just using tablets up in the stands. That's all. And Shannon, when he goes out to the games, he records where he's at and he posts. Tag us at KTC Broadcasting, at What's Up Shopper. We'll get those tonight on the broadcast. So there's our power poll. Let me bring up the games tonight again. Those are our local games tonight, folks. Check those out. Check where that now. Coming up at 7:30. You're going to tune in if you want to stay on this channel on YouTube. For all you folks watching right now, we'll be back at 7:30 on this channel for the Red Zone Radio Show. It'll be myself tonight, and Andre's going to join me for just a little bit. But tune in at 7:30 tonight. We'll go till about 9:45, and then we'll have to take a break for about 15 minutes and get ready for the post-game show. Post-game show begins at 10 o'clock here on all 4 or all our stations here on KTC Broadcasting. Remember, ktcbroadcasting.com for all the links to all the games. You can also find the links on our Twitter and our Facebook pages. Follow us at What's Up Shopper, at KTC Broadcasting, hashtag KTC Broadcasting. All those and more. Games around the area, we'll be posting the scores right here. The screen you're looking at, folks, is going to look just like that. I'm going to update the scores as much as I can. Then I'll also flip through our Twitter page and get pictures and highlights from that game. I'm going to give a quick shout out. East Rutherford JV don't have a varsity this year. They won yesterday over Asheville JV 32-12 over the Asheville Cougars. So congratulations to them. I'm pretty sure we're going out to some of the stadiums. They're going to be cutting me off while I'm talking. So folks, if I do get cut off and you do hear commercials, we've sent you out to the stadium. So I'm just going to talk for a few minutes while Calvin gets all that settled for everybody. Let's see. Again, tonight, like I said, go to ktcbroadcasting.com, click on any of the links at the top of the page, front of the page, and we'll get those games hooked up and ready to go. We're going to enjoy dinner from Fats in Shelby. Please give them a ring. It's our dinner sponsor. And let me give you their number real quick. 704-482-8116, 1235 East Dixon Boulevard. Go see Nate and the gang over there at Fats. Again, 704-482-8116, Fats Cafe. You've been watching and listening to the Witherspoon Insurance pregame show of Shelby, brought to you by Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, KTCBroadcast.com, WhatsAppShopper.com, and more. We good to go, Calvin? All right, folks. We'll see you at 7:30 on the Red Zone and next week on the Witherspoon pregame show, KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Next up,
smart home installation.
Think what smart homes can do in the future, like walk your dog for you.